Now we're going to get into trends and support and resistance. All right, trends and support and resistance. Now, when it comes to trends and support and resistance, it's pretty simple, right? It's something that can become overcomplicated, but it is very, very simple. Especially when we get into the strategy, and I'll show you how simple it is. It gets even simpler. But when it comes to an uptrend is when the market is typically going in an upward direction, right? So you're gonna have pushes up, pullbacks, pushes up, pull back, pushes up, right? In this process, we're looking to catch buys in an uptrend, all right? We're looking to catch buys within an uptrend. So what an uptrend gives you is initially it gives you a high, right? It gives you a high. And you also have a low down here. All right, so you have a low, you have a high. You then have what is called a higher low. You have a higher low, which then leads to a higher high. Now, the reason why this is a higher low is because it's higher than this previous low. The reason why this is a higher high is because it's higher than the previous high. Once you see this type of movement, you know you're in an uptrend, and then you're hoping to see more higher lows and more higher highs. All right, so that's an uptrend. Now, a downtrend is basically the same thing but in the opposite direction. You're gonna start off up here, it's gonna push down, it's gonna give you a pullback, push down, pull, pull back, push down, right? So in this instance, in a downtrend, we will be looking for sales. All right, we will be looking for sales. And so in this instance, we start off with a high, then we get a low. Then we get a lower high because it's lower than the previous high, and a lower low. Lower high, lower low. Now what you will see as we get into like the strategy and stuff, we're trying to get our entries for our sell opportunities around these lower highs and buy opportunities at these higher lows, right? And so we'll get into that, but that's basically what an uptrend is and a downtrend is. Now consolidation is another way that the market moves, and that is when the market isn't in a trend at all. It's moving sideways, right? So that's when you see the market kind of just stuck within, I guess you can call it a channel. But I want you to think about it like this, because I'm going to go into further detail about this. I want you to think of a multiple story building or a multiple story house, right? And let's say this is your first floor that the chart is on. If you're on the first floor, or let me stop right here actually, before I even get there. The bottom of this, basically the area where the market can't go below, is called your support. All right, so just think of that as your floor. If you throw a ball at the ground, what's usually happening? The ball is bouncing off the floor, right? So you see the market get there, bounces up off it, bounces up off it, bounces up off it, right? Your top is called your resistance, also your ceiling, right? Think of it as your ceiling. Why? Because if you throw a ball at your ceiling, it's coming back down, right? So you got your support as your floor, resistance as your ceiling. Now, if you were to go upstairs, right? Let's say you break through your resistance and you go upstairs. Typically, you will have another ceiling, right? You have a new ceiling, and you